When someone we love dies, we do strange things. We wear black. We gather in rooms together. We lay flowers on graves. We build monuments from stone and earth. To outsiders, these rituals might seem arbitrary, even puzzling. But they're not random at all. They're deeply wired into who we are as humans, shaped by millions of years of evolution and thousands of years of culture. Today we're exploring why we mourn the way we do. If you've ever felt the weight of loss and wondered about the rituals that help us through it, hit subscribe, because understanding grief changes how we see ourselves. Let's start with something simple. Why do we gather together when someone dies? When you lose someone, your brain enters a state of profound stress. Your body floods with cortisol and adrenaline. Your thoughts scatter. Your sense of safety fractures. But when you're surrounded by others who share your loss, something shifts. Your nervous system begins to regulate. This is called co-regulation, and it's written into our biology from birth. Babies regulate their heartbeats by being held. Adults do the same with community. Gathering together isn't just tradition, it's neurochemistry. It's your brain using other humans as anchors when you're drowning. Humans are deeply social creatures. We evolved in small tribes where survival depended on cooperation and bonding. When a member of the tribe died, the entire group's cohesion was threatened. Gathering together reinforced the bonds of those left behind. It sent a message: we are still here, together, and we still belong to each other. That ancient impulse never left us. When we gather at funerals and memorial services, we're accessing evolutionary hardware designed to rebuild community after loss. Now let's talk about something more visible. Why do we wear black? Black clothing at funerals is a signal. It's a visual announcement to everyone around you that you're grieving, that you're vulnerable, that you need compassion and patience. But why black specifically? In many cultures, black represents absence, the void, the unknown territory we enter when someone dies. It's the color of night when we cannot see. Black absorbs light rather than reflecting it, much like grief absorbs our emotional energy. Wearing black is also a form of conformity that paradoxically feels deeply individual. When everyone wears black, there's a shared understanding. We are all suffering together. Your individual pain becomes part of a collective experience. This reduces the shame and isolation that grief can create. You're not alone in your sorrow. You're part of a visible community of mourners. There's also something psychologically powerful about dressing deliberately for grief. The act of choosing black, of preparing your appearance intentionally, gives you a small measure of control in a situation where control has been stripped away. The ritual of dressing becomes a way of honoring the gravity of what you've lost. It's a physical acknowledgement that your internal world has been altered. Let's explore flowers, one of the most universal mourning rituals across human cultures. Flowers are living things that bloom, flourish, and fade. They're metaphors for life itself, for beauty that cannot last forever. When we lay flowers on graves or at memorials, we're not just decorating, we're placing symbols of that person's vitality into the earth. Flowers also engage our senses in a way that purely abstract thought cannot. The softness, the fragrance, the color, the act of holding them and placing them. These sensory experiences ground us in the present moment during a time when grief can feel overwhelming and timeless. Research shows that tactile, sensory rituals actually reduce anxiety and activate the parasympathetic nervous system. This is our body's calming mechanism. Flowers also represent renewal. In many religious and spiritual traditions, flowers symbolize the cycle of life and death and rebirth. Laying flowers is an unconscious way of saying, yes, this person is gone from us, but the cycle continues, life persists. The beauty they brought into the world echoes forward. Beyond the symbolism, flowers are also a gift we give to those we've lost, even though they cannot receive gifts anymore. This act of giving without expectation of reciprocation is profound. It's love expressed without the possibility of being thanked or acknowledged. It's pure, unconditional devotion made visible. Now, let's talk about something more permanent: graves and monuments. Humans have been building graves for at least 100,000 years. Archaeological evidence shows that early humans carefully buried their dead with intention. They placed objects in graves, positioned bodies with care, marked the locations. This wasn't instinctual animal behavior. This was meaning-making. Graves serve several psychological functions. First, they create a specific place where grief can be focused and expressed. Grief is diffuse and overwhelming when it has nowhere to go. But a grave, a specific location, gives your sorrow a destination. You know where to go to talk to the person, to sit with your loss, to feel close to them. Second, graves are permanents in a world of constant change. They say, this person existed. This person mattered enough that we marked the earth to remember them. In a universe that can feel indifferent and cold, graves are human defiance. They're our way of saying, we will not let you be forgotten. Graves also serve an evolutionary function related to territory and group identity. In ancient times, knowing where your ancestors were buried meant you knew where your tribe belonged. It anchored you to a place and a people. That instinct persists today. Many families visit the same grave sites for generations. It's a way of connecting to your lineage, your history, your place in a chain of humans stretching backward and forward through time. When we build a grave or a monument, we're also acknowledging the finality of death. In some ways, the act of burial is easier than the ambiguity of death itself. The grave says, they are here, they are gone, and we will remember them. All of these rituals, gathering, wearing black, laying flowers, building graves, they work together. They're an integrated system designed by human culture and human evolution to help us survive loss. They take the most painful experience a human can have and transform it into community, meaning, and connection. If this perspective on grief and mourning has resonated with you, please like this video. Your support helps us create more content that explores the deeper reasons behind how we live. And I'd genuinely love to know, what ritual or tradition has helped you through grief, or what aspect of mourning do you think serves the deepest purpose? Leave that thought in the comments. Your experiences matter, and your stories will help others feel less alone. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you want to keep exploring the hidden psychology and meaning behind the things we do every day. We're just getting started.